and I think other people will be interested as well.
I also enjoy
I'll do
Pixels.
intro quickly, then we'll chat.
Rage Whale. Making waves over movies.
Welcome, guys, again. This is a special episode. This is episode 10 of Rage Whale with
Special
James
needs.
and Drew. I had to press record because James was waffling on about some weird stuff, and it was entertaining, and he has got this question that we don't know the answer to. So go and tell him what you do so it makes sense. What do you do as a job?
Make miniature golf courses, which are
He
pretty
looks like
cool.
he's into S&M.
You may have heard of places, if you're in London, places like Lane 7 and Boom Battle Bar. We've done a few of them, which are pretty
I've not
cool.
personally, no. Such a random job.
Throwing
but it
miniature
sounds
golf,
cool.
that sort of thing, yeah.
Do they need a
and-
safety word as well? Just because I feel like when you got that whip, you've got a bit of an S&M
Not
thing
whip.
going on here.
It's just a
James
selfie
is just
stick.
chatting with a whip in his hand.
But, yeah, we ended up talking
Go on.
about Pac-Man. And I was quiz time, what the 4 ghosts were called in Pac-Man, because they all have names. So I'll give you the first 3. Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and there's one more. You can both have 2 guesses each.
It's quiz time!
That reminds me of a game on the PS2 where you had like these
Pinky.
buzzers. It was called like, I can't remember what it was called. It was like a buzzer game. You had to remember that on the PS2, Kev? Instead of controllers, you had buzzers with a red button and different colours to answer the questions. We had it at your house.
Oh, yeah.
Buzz it was called.
Bop
It was called
Oh,
Buzz. Such a good game.
yes, that was great. So I remember that's all we used to do as drinking games was FIFA, Guitar Hero,
Buzz.
and Buzz.
And the kids'
Questionnaire.
version of Buzz. We had the monkeys climbing up or the parachute monkeys and stuff. Great game. But yeah, we're off subject. So what are your hazards of guess? Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and... I feel like I need a whiteboard that I can point at.
Right, I know I don't know this because I've heard this quiz before, and I remember hearing about it a while back, and it's so random that I've Googled it, and I think we should give Drew some guesses, as in hints, because you're never going to guess it.
Here's a hint
go
then.
on.
Bonnie.
No, don't say that one. Don't say that. That's too obvious. I've got one. I've got another one before you say that one. I know you're
Are
Japan.
you going to say law-abiding citizen?
No, I was going to say an orangutan in a Clint Eastwood film.
Or
I really
the
feel...
main character in Law-Abiding Citizen, played by Gerard Butler. Make it movie related.
Right. Have a think, Drew.
I don't know, I feel like you guys are just smoking crack. Like, I can't, like, it doesn't comprehend.
You've seen
like,
Law-Abiding Citizen,
one of my
right?
ideas was Clyde. When you said Bonnie,
That's
I was
correct.
thinking Clyde.
You're correct.
Oh, sweet. Cool.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think you heard Bonnie. He said it. I cut him off quickly, I thought.
And
I never would have
Law-Abiding
got
Citizen, what a great movie.
the Laura Byler Citizen. Is he called Clyde?
Yeah,
then,
that's his name. Yeah, he's called
And
Clyde.
the orangutan in the Clint Eastwood film is
Yeah.
called Clyde, isn't he? Is that right? Have I got that right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
Every which way but lose.
That's it.
He's like this, isn't he, Kev?
wait, is that the one?
Yeah. Left turn, Clyde.
Is that the one with Kevin Costner?
No.
No,
That's the one
Clint
with
Eastwood.
Clint
Little
Eastwood
boy.
going around beating people up in bars.
He does that in most of his films, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, yeah. But this one, he's actually like kind of like a fighter, isn't he? But he drives a big truck with a orangutan.
Where did he get the orangutan from? Did it just
He
meet
beats
him,
up
or
a bunch of
did he, like-
bikers, doesn't he? You remember the bikers, the stupid helmet?
Yeah. Yeah, I've
Every
just
which
got
way
it
but
now. Yeah,
lose,
everywhere.
every which way. There's 3, isn't there?
There's 2 of them. I think there's just 2. It's 1978.
Oh, wait.
Great
Isn't
name.
there a
Which-
film?
Any which way you can.
Isn't there a really fucking cool film with Kevin Costner
Yeah, there's a few.
and a little boy, and they're driving somewhere, and Clint Eastwood is chasing them?
Robin Hood,
Chasing a
Prince of
boy.
Thieves.
No, man. No, man. It's like he's a stepdad or something, and he's
They've
driving
They've
away.
never
and
been in the
he's-
same
he's
film
the-
together.
He's going to prison, man. He's going to prison, and he's
They've not been in the same
He's
film
on a
together.
joyride with this kid.
Just like Kevin
I
Costner,
think-
Clint Eastwood movies.
Yeah. With both
And-
them in it, I don't know.
Wait,
Maybe there are.
because hang on, because seriously, this
Does
film.
Clint Eastwood play a wolf in Dancing with Wolves, maybe?
No, Clint Eastwood
He's got his
plays.
really bad
Oh,
pantomime
bollocks.
horse costume on.
And he's got 2 coconut shells that he hits.
No, what's his
No, it's
name?
not the postman. It's not the postman.
Clint Eastwood plays Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard.
What? In the remake? Oh, you killed James. You actually taken him out.
James is gone.
Wow, you actually
Oh, the
took out
tango
James.
come out my nose. That would
Oh,
be
it's
like,
tango.
if
You
it
know
was
when
made
you
by
pick tango.
Disney, that's the route they would go, wouldn't they? And Whitney Houston would be played by like Marlon
Left turn.
Cumberbatch. I went
Drew,
half
you're
Marlon
struggling too
Brando,
hard.
half Benedict
Doesn't
Cumberbatch.
exist.
It's fine, man. It does exist, and I'm going to find it. God damn it! I will find it.
You're
Google
about the
it.
2
Don't
coconuts. You're not
find every
thinking about
film.
Moana.
I am in it. So
IMDb, it's
No,
4
no,
letters.
no.
It's not
Just get
complicated.
onto Google. Kevin Costner and Clint Eastwood. You're not going to find it by clicking on every film he's been in to try and work it
no,
out.
but I can just scroll up and I can see like my brain is a perfect world,
I found it just then as you said it.
and I am fucking right as well.
Here's a
Boom.
question for you then. Apart
Eat
from
my shorts, mofos.
Well done.
what's the film Clint Eastwood does when he is quite old at the time, and he
Have you
ends
seen
up
A
getting
Perfect
shot
World?
by the gang members at the end? He drives the car around. It's one of his later films. Remember when Harry Brown came out? It was like the American version of Harry Brown. What was that
It was
called?
the same year, and it was Gran Torino.
Gran Torino.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Apart from that film, has there ever been a Clint Eastwood film where he hasn't punched someone in the face?
Yeah, like Bridges of Madison County, probably. That was a love story.
That Gran Torino was
The
good,
Mule,
wasn't it? But
probably.
Harry Brown was better.
No, I think the mule. I think he punches someone in the mule as well, or he
Probably.
gets punched. Man.
Oh,
He
he's
doesn't get
super
punched
old
in
in
the
the Mule,
Mule.
though, isn't he? He's so old in the Mule.
Clint Eastwood is one of the fucking coolest guys ever.
Guys, he's 93, man, and he's still fucking rocking it.
His
Have
directorial
you-
stuff is amazing.
His son Scott is
Fuck,
in the
guys,
game now.
Mystic River, man. Fuck me, Mystic River. Come on.
Oh, he's got a new film out
Dennis
last year
Lehane,
called Cry
directed
Macho.
by Clint
I missed
Eastwood.
that one.
Quick one.
absolute masterpiece. Sean Penn.
I've got a plug
He
here
did
for
Tim
another
Robbins. He did that.
podcast.
One sec. He did that. Did you see that 1517 to Paris?
No.
Can you remember there was like, I can't remember, there was like a terrorist on a train going to, yeah, 3 American guys prevent a terrorist attack on a train that's bound for Paris. It's a
That
true
was Liam
story. It
Neeson.
happened. And they got, he hired the 3 Americans that actually did it to be in the film about themselves.
Wow.
It's so good. 2018. They're not actors. They got them to play
Cool.
themselves.
I do love
That's
Clint
Clint
Eastwood,
Eastwood.
man. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that other one? Line of Fire with John Malkovich
I
and
love
Clint
that
Eastwood.
film.
That
That's
is unbelievable, that film.
That's one of my favorites of his, I think.
Yeah. And it's so creepy how it's like John Malkovich's character is like a chameleon. He's so creepy how he just plays all these different characters like and just takes on the role of these different people that he's impersonating, basically.
And it's that gun as well. The gun that he kind of makes.
Hmm.
He can sneak in and he has to build it later
Yeah.
on.
Didn't he make it in the bathroom on
Yeah.
the plane?
I can't remember how he makes it, but I just remember it being incredible.
Have
Yeah.
you two heard the podcast that Joe Rogan did with Scott Eastwood?
No. Look at the
That's
name of that
the
film
song.
for a sec. Look,
That's
what's that
super
film called?
interesting. Dirty
Dirty
Harry.
Harry.
In
The Deadpool.
The Deadpool?
the
Ah.
Deadpool. 1988, Deadpool, but not Deadpool.
Hey.
Yeah, you should listen to the Scott Eastwood documentary podcast. It's really interesting. He has a really weird relationship with his dad. Very weird.
Well, his son is like he's like an actor and a model, I think, isn't he? Because he obviously got his dad's looks as
Oh,
well.
yeah, he's a handsome guy. He doesn't look nothing like his dad, I don't think. But
Yeah, he's got elements of Clint in him.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, I can see the elements. He's got their squinty eyes.
but
He's
he
got
doesn't
the
really
eye.
look like
He's got the deep set eyes.
But other than that, he doesn't look anything like him, really. Must look like his mother.
A bit like Harry doesn't look like Charles.
I feel like Scott Eastwood looks a little bit more like one of the Hemingway brothers.
Hemingway. Hemingway?
Hemsworth.
What, Ernest Hemingway? Not like the Hemsworth brothers. Hemingway.
He was in amazing films like Suicide Squad, Fast and Furious, Pacific Rim, all garbage. So yeah,
Yeah,
has
he
not
needs
been in
he
anything
needs a decent
worthwhile.
role, man. Somebody needs to write something really good for Scott.
Yeah,
Weird
Idris
actor
Elba
kids.
needs a good Hollywood thing as well, because he was in Pacific Rim. I'm
Idris
pretty
Elba,
sure. Pretty sure Idris Elba was Pacific Rim.
not a film I gave a shit about.
No
No
one
interest in watching stuff like that.
No one
Idris
did.
Elba is in the is it the hijack that you were talking about, Kevin, the other day briefly?
Yeah, on Apple.
Yeah, do you know,
Yeah.
weirdly enough, the
Watch
trailer
them
for
all,
that came
watch
up afterwards, so I'm going
Did
to
it?
watch that.
Oh,
Wait, have we all got Apple? I know we
so
keep
good.
we keep talking about Apple like we're being sponsored by
But
them.
we're never going to watch all the same shit together. Just
But have we all got Apple though? We're all on
yeah,
the
yeah.
Apple.
James is
Okay,
going to
cool.
get his free trial, then quit it afterwards.
Yeah, they keep telling me 3 months. Every time I buy something from Apple, it's like push. Like, have you seen Disney? They're getting desperate. They're
Is
like
it push the
$4.99
apple,
a
shake
month
the
now.
tree?
Yeah, well, they need to. There's too many options, so people are cancelling some and sticking with
It's
others.
so expensive because once you get Prime, Prime's the best value for money because you get Amazon Prime shipping and stuff as well. So
Yeah. Prime and
value for
Netflix
money.
are your main ones that you got to have.
Yeah,
I think
and
Now
then
TV's pretty good though, guys. Now TV.
and then Paramount's
I've
good.
got now.
Kev, you're like this one. Have you seen the Lionsgate one?
What, a streaming site?
Yeah, Lionsgate have their own subscription service on Prime.
No, thank you.
There's a lot of good films on there. Scarface is on there.
Yeah, but Scarface is on Netflix as well.
Not for free. It wasn't when I wanted to watch
No.
it the other day. But if you look at them now, Prime is like kind of a bit of a gateway for all these other ones, like Paramount, Comedy
Yeah, you
Central,
can buy
whatever.
into it through them. Yeah, yeah. But I'm not paying for everything. I've got these. I've got Netflix, Prime, Disney, Apple, Now, and then the normal ones. That's enough. But
I think I
Yeah.
currently pay for Netflix, Prime, and Paramount because I like Yellowstone. And
Do you want
Paramount
a, do you
actually
want a
have quite a lot
cheeky,
of good
do you want a
movies on
cheeky
there
life
as well.
hack?
Pardon?
Do you want a cheeky
What's-
life hack for Now TV to get it a bit cheaper?
Well, we could all just
What?
illegally stream stuff, but I just can't be bothered to look for it.
No. If you go to leave Now
Yeah.
TV,
They offer
they
you
then
discount,
offer you like $6.99 a month.
for like 3 months. Yeah, I used to have it all the time.
Yeah, for
but
6 months, and then
I
if you
found-
go to leave again, then it's.
I
Cause
was
I was
never-
like, clearly they need their audience, man. So it's
well,
like,
you know, Now TV is owned by Sky, don't you?
yeah.
I only got Now TV for Game of Thrones because
Yeah,
I found
the new one, the
afterwards.
House of Dragons.
No, the original Game of Thrones. Like, 'cause
okay,
I don't
yeah,
care
yeah.
about the new one. But after that, I was like, there's nothing I actually watched, so I just cancelled it. It had so many channels,
Hmm.
but like all your channels 1 through 5 now have their own streaming service that are free, and everything else like Atlantic, Sky One, whatever other things. I was like, I never really watch them, so it's like, what's the
Ray
point?
Donovan, though, mate. Ray Donovan was on Now TV. That was
Yeah,
fucking
but
banging.
if you think about it, Ray Donovan was also Cotton Weary, a murderer.
Oh, you go and scream on me. That's deep.
He wasn't actually a murderer. He was Cotton Weary, wasn't he?
That's deep. Yeah, but that well, he was like a great red herring in that
Scream Movie
franchise.
is actually really good as far as a horror franchise goes.
Yeah, the
first
one
one's
was
the best.
a masterclass. Yeah. But I still have you seen the sixth one? I know it's a weird ass jump.
I don't know.
In the actual ratings, it's
What's the one
going
with General
number
Ortega?
1, then it goes 6, and then I can't remember the next one. I
I've
think it's
seen
3.
the one with General Ortega in it. I've seen 2 with General Ortega. She's on 2.
Yeah, so Jenna Ortega is in 5 and 6. Wow, you just turned into Pennywise just
Yeah,
then.
look,
That
if
was
you do that,
crazy.
it makes bubbles. How weird.
No, that doesn't.
I wonder if I
You're
do
just-
a heart, it makes heart.
Wait, how have you guys got these tools? I'm paying the exact same money as you guys, and I've got none of these functions.
this is his mobile phone. This is not Riverside.
Oh,
I wonder how else it works. Can you do it other ones? Like thumbs up, maybe? You can! Look at that!
It's like you just turned into Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible.
Don't you love Apple? Like, someone was saying the other day that Apple are like the cleverest company because they bring out loads of cool stuff, but they just don't tell you about it.
So it's like it helps your inner child.
Yeah,
Be
Kev, have
joyful.
you used, just
Play.
to go off subject, have you used the turn your phone sideways on charge it at bedtime, it turns into an alarm clock with like notifications at the side.
No.
It's called I can't think what it's called, but you turn it on the side and then plug the charger in, or wireless charger, and it comes up with a clock, and then just your sort of planner on the side, like it's a bedside clock.
I have I don't plug it in. I have like a little pad to charge it on. I
Yeah,
just
that
sit
does the
it on.
same thing. If you stood it up, it would be like a little. Because I like the always on facility on the phone, so the phone screen never goes off, does it? Have you noticed that? It's always on.
Yeah. It's like just dull enough. You
Yeah,
can't notice
side
it.
screen is it called? I can't remember what it's called now. But you turn it round and it gives you like a little alarm clock, and that's really cool.
Talking of cool apps and strange things, have you seen that new thing they've done on Instagram, where if you had like an image and then you swipe across, it pulls you out of the photo.
What?
Oh yeah, when you press on it and it highlights you.
Oh, you can do it on iPhone.
But it can be anything. It could be a random object. So say you had a picture of a donut and you hold down the donut and then pull up. The donut comes out of your phone and onto the surface area where you are.
Yeah. My mate's done it, and he's copied a picture of himself, and he's made himself a little image
you
of
can
himself.
do that on any Apple phone now. You can hold yourself, it will highlight. You can make a sticker of
You can
yourself.
hold yourself.
Or Kev, another one that's worth trying. If you take if you have a warning light come up on your car, and you hold your camera against it on the new iPhone update, it will tell you what the warning light means.
That's pretty cool.
What?
And the next update, whether they've done it yet or not, you can take a picture of a meal, and it will AI and tell you how to prepare that meal and how to make it.
That's just getting crazy though now.
Yeah.
That's what you want it for, though. You want these. They're useful.
It's so clever.
Well, in case you can't cook.
I can
That's what
cook,
Deliveroo's
aka
for, man.
follow the Tasty app.
That's what Deliveroo's for.
You not use the Tasty app? It's the best app ever.
No, I haven't tried Tasty.
It's amazing. It shows you, rather than give you a list of instructions, it gives you like a 2-minute video of showing them how they prepare it, how I can learn things by
Guys,
watching videos.
I can't wait till we start getting sponsors at some point down the line, and then we can start talking about this episode is sponsored by Tasty App.
Yeah, we've not talked about a lot of movies at the moment, have we? We talked about Tasty apps and iPhone. It's like more of a tech.
And Pac-Man. I mean, if we're trying to get like sponsorship, we're going to be talking about Teslas every episode until I get one. So
Nice.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
product placement there by James.
Going back to
Handgun
Pac-Man,
cash.
though.
What are
Did
we
you
going back to? We haven't talked about anything. We're going to go
Going
back
back to
Eastwood.
Pac-Man. Pac-Man.
Going back
Pac-Man?
to Pac-Man, okay.
20 minutes ago, and it's not film
I know,
related.
but,
What are you on
but it's connected to the entertainment
Apparently
industry, as it
Pac-Man's
were.
being played by Jackie Chan in a new movie.
Oh, I was going to say, in Black Mirrors, they use a really interesting analogy.
Do you mean
for-
Black Mirror, the TV show?
Yeah.
Yeah, why did I say
It's
Black
not
Mirror?
plural.
No idea.
Yeah. It's because there's so many episodes.
Same way you said
Right.
Hemingway as well.
Yeah.
Go on.
Okay, guys. Thanks. I've had a few rums. You know, I'm not myself.
What's your point?
There's a really good quote about Pac-Man.
Can't wait.
Wait, if you guys talk to
Cannot
yourselves,
wait.
talk
No,
to each other
no,
while I try and find it.
This quote, I am properly on the edge of my squeaky seat. Come on.
I
tell
hope
me.
so. I'm just gonna say Pac-Man. Oh fuck! I spelled Pac wrong.
How did you spell PAC wrong? It's 3 letters. What did you write?
So it's
That's not a thing. You can't
Hang
not
on.
spell it. What?
Pac-Man quote.
P-A-C-M-A-N.
Pac-Man quote
It's
from.
spelled CLYDE. How slow are you at Googling?
Fucking-
I did PAK.
Literally
my
6
phone's all
letters.
a bit fucked. My phone's a bit fucked.
Don't blame your phone.
Hang on. Oh, here you go.
I'm so excited.
Oh, why? Get off that, please. No.
That's what she said.
Okay. Oh, no, you bastard. It wants me to like download Reddit, but no, fuck off.
How have you not got Reddit on your phone?
How have you not got Google that just tells you the answers without having to use Reddit?
Yeah, also, why have you
Okay,
not got Reddit? Reddit's the best.
I think this is someone quoting potentially from the Black Mirrors. So it's
Mirror. Ruh.
Black Mirror. Fuck's sake. You know what Black Mirror?
Spit it out.
You know what? You know what PAC stands for?
Should we move on to the board
PAC.
now? Sorry.
No.
PAC. Program and Control.
Never knew that.
He's program and control man. The whole thing is a metaphor. All he can do is consume. He's pursued by demons that are probably just in his own head.
No, it's just 4 ghosts.
And even if he does manage to escape by slipping out one side of the maze, what happens? He comes right back in the other side. People
I can't
think
help
it's a
but feel
happy
that someone's
game.
really looked far too into this, like 1970s game. That
It's
came
not
out.
a happy game. It's a fucking nightmare world. And the worst thing is, it's real and we live in it.
Yeah,
That is
but you
Charlie
can say
Brooker.
that about anything. You can twist it to fit.
That
a
is Charlie Brooker, and he's a genius. No, I just remember when I
Oh,
watched
yeah.
that episode, and it was called
Bandersnatch.
Bandersnatch. Hey, 10 points to Kevin.
Which is the one where you can choose? Like,
Bandersnatch.
that's that one,
Bandersnatch.
is it?
Yeah,
I found that
but
kind
come
of
on, guys.
annoying, 'cause I
That
kept
was,
finding a remote.
mate, that was a genius piece
I-
of media and entertainment. The fact that you could choose the different alternative endings.
Well, I watched
Here's
2
a funny
episodes
story, though.
recently.
Here's a funny story for you. When I was living in London, when I was walking down, it doesn't matter what road anyway, there was a car. And there was a seatbelt hanging out, and the lights were still on this car. And I was like, oh man, like they're gonna drain their battery on this car. So I randomly knock on the door of this house right next to me. The guy from Black Mirror, the Bandersnatch episode, what's his name? Something
Will
Whitehead.
Poulter?
Will
Whitehead.
Poulter.
Something.
Poulter.
Will Poulter.
No, not Will Poulter.
He's
Something
massive.
Whitehead. The one
Yes.
from Dunkirk.
Yeah.
No, not him. No, I know him. He's huge. No. It's the guy from Dunkirk who's.
Dunkirk. Dunkirk.
I
You
said
know,
Dunkirk.
Dominic Kirk.
You, not an
I
O.
swear to God. I swear to God.
Craig
Oh,
Something
Dominic
Parkinson.
Whitehead.
Craig
Something
Parkinson.
Whitehead.
His name's Whitehead.
Something Whitehead. Oh, come on, guys.
There's no one called Whitehead.
Who's the other actor that's opposite Will
Oh.
Poulter in that?
Fionn Whitehead. However
There
you
you
pronounce
go.
that name.
That's the Whitehead part.
Him.
So that guy, he's the guy that answered the door, man.
Who the fuck
He's
is
the
he?
coolest dude. And I was just like, he answered the door and he's like eating some cereal. And I was like, whose car is this? And he went, oh, I don't know, man. I think maybe I live upstairs
Oh.
or whatever.
There he is in Dunkirk.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying.
So the guy from
And anyway,
Dominic
but he was a
Kirk,
really
what
cool-
cereal was he eating?
He was I
Cheerios?
didn't pay attention to the cereal. That'd be creepy.
He's very undescript. He just looks like
Cheerio.
a boy. He doesn't look like anyone. Doesn't
He
look
looks
like
like
an
an
actor.
NPC, doesn't he? There's an NPC walking around.
Oh,
But-
wait a minute. I know what you're on about.
But
No,
anyway,
I don't.
I just couldn't believe. I was like, I knock on a door, I open one door, and it leads to the lead in Dunkirk. And I'm like, that is mental, man. Welcome to London, baby.
I watched 2 episodes of Black Mirror actually this week. I watched
Black Mirrors.
White Bear, which is
Amazing.
one of the best twists in any TV show ever.
Yeah.
And also, I can't remember the name of it, but it's the one with the woman from Jurassic World.
Oh, yeah. Nosedive.
And is that what it's called? Where she's got to get the ratings and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Social
very,
media.
very good. And she meets that truck driver at the end, doesn't she? Yeah, those 2 are amazing.
But that's the thing. The earlier the Black Mirror episodes you watch, the more they're not futuristic. If you watch series 1, you're like,
You know,
this all exists. But back then, none of it existed.
What's
Apart
the
from
one
horror
about-
moments.
When they're blackmailed in Black Mirror. And that goes really dark side very quickly, but the twist is mind
The
blowing.
one
I think
about the boy who thinks
Yeah.
when you find out he's like a paedophile,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
correct. They have
man.
to fight to the death with the drones. Right?
Yeah.
And his parents call him at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, the Black Mirror stuff is
Or what about the one with the Prime
Good.
Minister and the pig?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's hardcore, man. That is hardcore.
yeah. There's
And
some
he
horrible
lets the
episodes.
person out before the whole thing happens, doesn't he? So it never even needed to happen.
But have you seen the latest one, though? Season 6?
Yeah,
Haven't
yeah,
they got
'cause there's
quite a
one
famous
more.
actor in like one of the latest ones?
Oh, yeah. It's got Josh Hartnett and Aaron from Breaking Bad.
yeah. That was
Yeah, they've
good.
got
Where they-
some,
did you see that? Where they're in space. One guy's in
They
space.
share a body.
Yeah, they're both in space, and he can go into this bed, and it transports him down to Earth, so he can hang out with his wife. and the
Yeah.
other guy, Josh Hartnett, doesn't have a wife or she's dead or something. And Aaron's going down to see his wife all the time, and he feels bad for the other guy because he's depressed. And he goes, "Why don't you go down and see my wife and spend some time with my kids and get some air, basically?" And he goes down, and that's all you need to know. That's the premise. Telling you
Yeah,
anything
man.
Here's
would
one
ruin
for
it.
you then. You know how famous Josh Hartnett is?
Yeah.
Name 4 films.
He's
Name 4 films.
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor, Oppenheimer,
The Faculty. The Faculty.
Oh,
Just to join on your other 2.
Yeah.
The Faculty. Something Hollywood with Harrison Ford.
It's a tough one, isn't it? He's in Sin City.
And he's in Sin City. He's in Lucky Slevin. Lucky number 11.
But 40 Days of Night.
Oh yeah.
Is a film.
The reason
Mate, that's
I brought
a
it up
masterpiece.
was for
It's
Lucky
30.
Number
It's 30
11.
days.
Lucky Number 11 is one of the best films ever.
Yeah, it's quality. Yeah.
Like the
Again,
horse, the
brilliant twist.
gambling and stuff.
Brilliant twists
And
as
the
well.
twist at the
Morgan
end, yeah, the
Freeman.
horse.
He
Bruce
popped
Willis.
up in I've just had to look now. Operation Fortune, which is a Guy Ritchie film. That one.
He's great in that.
It's possibly the worst Guy Ritchie film ever. It's so shit.
It is terrible, but he's
George
really good in it
Hartnett.
because he plays an actor.
Yeah, Guy Ritchie. Hugh Grant is the best thing in Guy Ritchie films, but that was bad.
30 Days a Night, though, is amazing, though, isn't it? Such a good vampire film.
If you've got Now TV, I think it's Now TV. The Fear Index. It's a TV series.
Mate, that was brilliant, man.
That came out of nowhere. That really impressed me. It's like a 6-part TV series.
This is why I get annoyed because obviously Josh Hartnett's a good-looking dude, and he's a big Hollywood kind of heartthrob.
I think he deliberately wanted to stay back, though. I don't think he was being pushed. I think he deliberately didn't want to be.
Yeah, but ain't it mad that we just struggled to name 4 films he was in? 4 in like a 20-year career.
Yeah,
better choices. And that's why when I saw him in that TV series, you're like, he's a really fucking good actor, man. And he's really good in that Black Mirror.
He's
like,
very
great
good.
in Oppenheimer
he's
as well.
barely in Sin City. He's only a bit part, really, isn't he? He's kind of like...
remember briefly now, yeah.
But he's
Those
also
are
in the
good
twist.
movies.
He's in the twist part of Sin City, which is sick as well. Because you think he's all this really nice, charming guy, and he's the first one to shoot the girl in the head.
What's the guy called in Sin City that's also in Batman? He's Robin in Batman. I can't think of his name.
Christian O'Donnell.
No.
Oh, you're on about Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good in that. Apart from he gets like
30
shot in the
Rock.
face, but like he's good.
What's the program? 30 Rock Sun.
Oh yeah, something of Rock. Oh god, I used to love that show. Oh,
this podcast is just us naming things and then trying to remember
30
what
Rock?
other names are.
Something 30 Rock?
It's not 30 Rock.
Third
Rock
from
from
the
the
Sun.
Sun.
The Sun. I kept saying 30.
Yes.
That's what
That's
confused
old.
us.
10 points.
Isn't that about the aliens that live on Earth?
Yeah, man.
They're
With
trying
the
to
bald
learn
guy's dad.
stuff.
It's
Yeah.
so
Natural
good,
bald
man.
guy.
That show is so good.
Yeah.
And
I
you've
love
got
that show.
who plays the dad again, man? A really famous actor, John
Very
Lithgow.
famous.
John Lithgow.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Josh Hartnett. Yeah, that was
No,
great.
Josh Hartnett's not in that. Josh Hartnett's
Josh
not in
Hartnett.
Third Rock from the Sun.
You
Joseph
know,
Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Mate,
is what I mean.
this episode is sponsored by rum because it's really affecting Kevin and me. We're absolutely.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
shit at things. You can't speak for shit today.
You're just shit at things, and I need Alexa to speak
Yeah,
for
he's
me.
like, what's that bat? Was it the Shakespeare's? Yeah, they're in them films. He's like, no, that's the Hemsworths.
Well, as we're half an hour into this episode and we've had zero structure, all I was we can
You
deviate
said
again.
was
It doesn't
about-
matter.
It's always going to be about how we met.
All I was going to say,
Origin.
yeah, for the 10th episode, and it's easy to refer back to in the future. If you want to know how we got this name, go back to episode 10, and they're going to have to listen to bloody Pac-Man and Black Mirror before we get to it.
Black Mirror.
Ramblings,
And the Hemingways.
and which
I butchered a lot. Just call me the butcher in this episode.
Dunkirk or whatever the fuck you said.
I don't remember
Kirk,
saying
that
that.
would be like the best
Dunkirk.
crossover.
I'm Scottish. Dunkirk.
There's a
Dune
crossover.
there.
They're doing
Dune
June.
Stairs.
June 3 is set in Glasgow.
It's because I wanted to discuss this. I've actually prepped it and put a photo that I can upload. You know, when you hear James, when I pressed out those little videos, do you see anything, or do you just hear things?
Are you just hearing things?
I'm just hearing things generally in life, but yeah, I hear stuff.
No. When I click intro and outro, do you see it or do you just hear it?
I just hear it and
You
feel
don't
it.
see the visual. Okay,
Oh,
well,
that's mad.
I've got a visual. It's got no sound, so James is going to see it. But I will show you
No, I'm
what I'm
not
going
going
to
to see
show.
it.
No, you're not going to see it. That's what I'm saying. But I'm going to show you now.
Well, he's not going to see it,
Then it's
but you're going to show them.
No, I'm going to show him right now. But it's pointless
Oh,
me
you're going to
pressing
put
the
it.
button now because I've got it on my phone. So I'm going to. Oh, this is a fucking mess, isn't it? I was going to show you that. Look,
Oh, wow.
use your
Wait.
eyes. I'm going to show you this. Look,
He flicked away.
Oh wow, that's
that
Jason
photo.
Loom as well.
Yeah,
Right,
they were the days.
I'm going to actually, yeah, fuck it. Right. So just so everyone knows, the podcast is called Rage Whale.
Whale.
Whale,
Like cool cream
Like
like
whip.
a whale egg.
Cool whip.
Cool
Whip.
whip. Why are you saying it weird? It's cool.
Rage whale.
Because every time I say Rage Whale, it comes up on the auto cue WELL.
Oh, so not the auto cue. The auto cue.
Not the auto
Ooh.
cue, the auto
Ooh.
transcript for when it goes when we. Anyway, shut up.
Rage whale.
So Rage Whale,
Whale.
the fish,
Just the one.
broke Drew. Yeah, so we're going to say why we called the podcast, why we called it.
Who even bought
and
that,
it's-
by the way?
What?
Who bought it?
You bought it.
I can't help but feel it was me
It was you.
on a
He
whim.
just said it was you.
Right. So, all right. So here's the story. James, interject as much as you want, but it was in 2008. We went to go to Reading Festival.
Yeah.
And as you do for festivals when you're young, you buy stupid shit that would be pointless to take.
Yeah.
James bought a police car inflatable and a fire engine inflatable.
Oh, that was
like
07.
for children.
That was the year before. Oh, 08
No,
or
the same
09.
year. You had it there as well. And then you wore it. I haven't got the photo of it, but you wore
I
it and
have.
it just fitted
I
around
can't
your.
get it right now, but I have got it.
Yeah, it just fitted around your waist.
And we
And
cut holes in it. It was meant to be a little ball pit for a 2-year-old.
I
exactly.
feel like, James, that's why you have a kid now, so you can actually buy those things and you can get away with it.
I bought them without him.
Of course you did.
Yeah, pretty normal practice for James. But we went to go and see it because that was the list. If anyone wants to see it, we went to see Rage Against the Machine. I think they just had the number
What a
one.
lineup. Look at that lineup.
That is a sick lineup.
That is
Didn't they have-
disgusting.
Keep that up.
Look
Keep
how
that.
good
Let that
that
focus
is.
for the people. For the people, that is.
That
Wow.
was the year that they had the number one single
That was when Reading was
when it came
the
back.
festival.
Wow, feeder.
So yeah, we went to see Rage Against the
You bought
Machine.
up Feeder of all the bands. You went Feeder.
No, well, Slipknot, and I saw a lot. My brain
Wait,
just
did we
went
see
over to
Slipknot?
feeder. Like
Yeah, Slipknot, Tenacious
Slipknot.
D.
Oh, do you know what? I forgot about that.
Tenacious D.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
There's
I
lots
think
of
you
Tenacious
don't
bands
remember
as
seeing
well.
half them bands.
It's
I have
Tenacious D,
seen
Black
some-
Jack, Jack Black. Black
Yeah,
Jack.
Biffy Clyro was really low down as well, which is weird because they had
Is it Jack Black?
Yes, Jack Black and
Yeah.
Kyle Gass.
I forget half
Yeah.
the people I've seen. I forgot I saw Beyonce and Rihanna.
What?
I would too.
That-
I just forget
that
these
time.
things.
So anyway, the point is that we went to go to the Date Reading Festival, and James, we went to Asda, I think it was, to be specific, and it was because it was summertime. James bought an inflatable blow-up swimming pool the shape of a whale.
It was big.
It was big. You could fit a couple of people in there, and I think we actually did fill it with water and a bit of beer at the time as well. But we took it to the festival, and we had it
let
around
us
the
in.
campsite. Yeah, we had it around the campsite. And we're just drinking in it and stuff. And then one day we decided to take it in on the Friday for Rage Against the Machine.
But you have to get through gates that are like this big.
Yeah, little tiny gates. So
And the
it's
guy
massive.
just looked at us and was like, go on
you couldn't reach either end of it if you had your hands wide. It's bigger than that. And we held it above our heads and walked in, and the stewards would just pat our pockets for alcohol and go, yeah, carry on. We're carrying a fucking massive blow up swimming pool in the shape of a whale. So it was just a perfect circle, but also had the whale tail dipping over the edge. So we got in, and the idea was that we were going to sit in it to watch Rage Against the Machine, but we didn't get far in just before they started, and it got nicked off us. It got ripped apart from our hands, didn't it?
We did crowd surf for a brief period, and from what we heard from other people, Zane Lowe did mention it on BBC Radio.
and they called it on the radio
Rage
Rage Whale.
Have you
So
got a
that-
picture again to show people?
So it's famous. I'll press it properly. Hold on one sec.
Wow, so you guys are
It's
famous.
this.
Wow.
And it was Zane Lowe that called it the Rage Whale.
That's it there. So that's James and
Do
the
we have
me
that
and
radio? Do we have that radio clip of
That'd be
of it
impossible
being-
to find. It was a
No.
live thing that someone heard.
But other people heard it as well. But that was it. It was getting ripped off us, getting stolen from us because there were such crowds.
We were in it, getting crowd surfed, because people were doing that. It was just painful. So I just jumped out.
Yeah,
Kev
James
went pretty far forward.
I went
then
to the
some
front.
like,
I went to the front.
woman
So,
nicked it.
you know when you have festival crowds, you have obviously the loads of crowds, and then there's a like a semicircle barrier where the stewards collect crowd surfers, and then there's a front small pit. Well, I was
Wait, the stewards collect crowd surfers. What do you
Yeah,
mean by
crowd
that?
surf. They grab you and put you down and tell you to fuck off.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
You've
Okay,
never
yeah.
been to a rock and roll or a metal gig, have you?
Yeah,
Right,
they grab
so-
you
No, but I'm
and put you
scared
to
to
the
go
back.
with you, man, in case I get a black eye, bro. I've seen what happens.
Yeah. So anyway, we go to that. I crowd surfed. I'd say for half an hour. The band start just as I'm crowd surfing, and it goes to that bit where the stewards are, where I'm basically going to fall and break my neck. So like a scuba diver, and I'm pissed. Obviously, I'm lying on my back, just looking at the stars as I can hear a guitar riffs happening, and then I pop up. See I'm about to fall on my arse and break my neck. So like a scuba diver, I just go like that and lean backwards and fall into the crowd. And I'm right to the very front for the whole of Rage Against the Machine. I've left
Kev,
all
was
my
that the
meat.
same festival when your shoe fell off at Prodigy and someone launched it into the crowd?
I don't think that was me that lost my shoe. Someone else must have.
Someone else, we were watching the Prodigy and their shoe fell off, so someone threw it in the crowd. They had to go and buy a new pair of shoes in the morning.
That must have been Prodigy wasn't there that year, but it must have been the year
That
before.
was the next year, yeah, or
The
before.
next year, yeah. Because we went the year Radiohead played as well, didn't we?
Oh god, they were boring.
They were great.
Ironically, we left to watch them, to watch the Lost Prophets.
Uh-oh. But yeah, so anyway, that's the story of why we're called Rage Whale. Actually, that doesn't explain anything. That means nothing. Why did
I
they pick
thought-
the name? Just because it was random, I think. And
Because
wasn't
sounds
I
awesome.
thought the story was going to be that people were getting so angry with you guys walking around with this massive
Why would
fuck
anyone
off
be angry
whale
at
above
that?
your heads.
Everyone
You
wanted to
kept
get their
hitting
pictures taken
people.
with us.
Nah.
Like, we had
You kept
honestly
hitting people
hundreds
with the whale.
of people taking their pictures with us. It
Yeah.
was insane.
And they were really angry.
And that,
And then there was so much rage at
No.
the festival over your
the
whale.
rage came from the Rage Against the Machine. But we took that thing around, and I was wearing some sort of fur coat or whatever.
Yeah.
Of course you
And
were.
we had hundreds of people being like, "Oh,
course
can we
you
get
fur.
in? Can we get a photo? Blah blah blah."
Yeah, it was,
Stupid.
I think it was like
bloody
us
thing.
two, and because we were in the campsite, and loads of people came to the campsite as well. But when we're in the arena, it was me, James, and Nimo sat in there just drinking, and
Yeah,
we're,
That
we're
other
holding
guy
our
that moved
place.
to Australia or South Africa, can't remember what his name is now. I said it at the beginning. Jason Loom.
Oh,
Isn't-
yeah. So we just sat there for ages drinking. People came over to get photos, and then when we
Basically, we
started
were
going
sat in
in,
a paddling pool drinking, and people were like, "Can we get in?"
yeah. And when we knew the band was about to come on, that's when we started moving, and then it got ripped off us, and we jumped in and crowd surfed. Basically,
Do you think they were on mushrooms and they thought you were just carrying around a massive throne?
Yeah.
Do you think that's what it might have been?
100%.
I mean, Reading Festival's full of a bit of strange people. It's not one gathering.
I'm
It's some
glad we did
random.
this show though, because I genuinely
bit of
forgot I'd
strange.
seen Tenacious D and Slipknot.
And
Mate, that's-
Metallica.
I still feel this story is pretty fucking epic though for people listening. Like
Yeah.
the idea
Isn't
of
it
Rage
mad that
Whale.
like, you go to so many shows that you genuinely forget you've seen people?
That's why I keep books. I've got all my tickets since 2000 of all the gigs I've been to.
Can I tell you someone massively famous that I saw?
Can I guess?
Go on then.
Oh, my dog's knocking at the door. I need to get let the dog.
Sean Bean.
I'll try and sing. No, like a famous singer.
Okay, I've
Sean
got
Bean
one.
doesn't sing.
I've got one. No, Jason Donovan.
Okay, hang on.
No idea.
Kevin, name the song.
I don't know. I don't listen to your shit music.
How dare you?
I listen
Stevie
to
Wonder.
I listen to metal. What do you listen
Drew,
to?
I can.
Wonder.
That
Drew,
did
I
not
can
sound
one-up
like
you.
Stevie Wonder.
Why you guys don't fecking know
Drew, I
that?
can one-up
That is
you.
a shock.
I was at Michael Jackson's last ever live performance.
He didn't get to do it, man.
No, I was at his last ever live
One
performance.
before.
The
one
World
before
Music Awards.
Okay.
And it was bloody awful. It was one of the
Oof.
worst things I've ever been to in my life.
I
But
had the This Is It tickets, and
So
when
I
he
had two.
died,
I had
I
after party
sold them.
tickets.
Yeah, I sold them.
But this is Stevie Wonder, who is an absolute legend, and he
also
did
not blind, he's pretending.
Songs in the Key of Love. He did the whole album. Like he did like both CDs live, and he's like 70 something.
Yeah, no, I
Or
love
he
Stevie
was at the
Wonder.
time.
I did not know that's what you were humming.
Yeah,
No.
man.
I
Super
thought
Mary
you were having an asthma
Superstitious.
attack.
Like what? You thought I was having an asthma attack? Thanks.
So
yeah, Stevie Wonder's an absolute legend. So
Yeah.
I'd like Kevin retract that bit back about the shit music I listen to, please. Just for that
Mm.
sake of Stevie Wonder.
No, thank you.
Just for Stevie Wonder's sake.
Yeah, I'll pause the Stevie Wonder one, but
All right. Cool.
But you've got to give Stevie Wonder credit because he sings "Isn't She Lovely,"
and
and he's
how do you
basing
know?
that purely on personality because he's never seen her.
But isn't that lovely in itself? That it's not based on looks.
Oh, I watched the thing on Netflix the other
Then
day.
he grabs her. It's like whoa. It's like ooh.
Have you seen that new documentary on Netflix about what's that charity song they did in the 80s? Do you know what
Live
I'm
Aid.
about? It was after Live Aid. Live Aid was done, and then they made another one.
Really?
Oh, I wish it was.
Oh, it's the Do They Know It's Christmas Time at All? That one.
That is Live Aid.
Oh, I can't find it, and it's basically because what's his name? Oh, this is terrible.
Stuart.
What's the guy that arranged it? The guy from the other band.
Geldof.
This is why
Bob
we're talking
Geldof.
about TV and
Bob
film
Geldof.
and not
Give us
music.
your fucking
guys.
money.
Yeah, Bob Geldof. So he did that main one for a Live Aid, and then he was involved a little bit in another one.
What? Is he the one that's got the tattoo? Not the tattoo, the birthmark that looks like a country
I don't know what.
on his head
No, that's
in
Gorbachev.
Street Fighter.
That's Gorbachev.
Okay.
That's
That's a
Mikhail
Russian.
Gorbachev.
That's a Russian politician. Not
Oh, okay.
not a
Mikhail
pop star from
Gorbachev,
London.
like a 90s politician from Russia. Where's that come from?
What's wrong with you?
Havana Club is what's wrong with me.
Anyway, there was another charities single after Live Aid, and it was more Americans doing it, and it had a blind singer, and it had Stevie Wonder as well. And the joke was they're all just
as
like,
well. Steve Wonder's also blind.
yeah, there was another blind person, Ray Charles or someone, I can't remember who it was. But anyway, they're all they're all chatting about to sing this song, and and this guy goes, "Where's the toilet?" And Stevie Wonder grabs him and goes, "I'll show you the way." And someone goes, "That's the blind leading the blind," and that was the joke. But that's what
Wow.
actually happened. It
Wow.
happened on stage. It was very
Have you
funny.
ever seen the video of Stevie Wonder and Mariah Carey on stage, where they both go on stage to give an award, and Stevie Wonder gets given both the mics. He goes to give one to Mariah Carey, and she just wanders off, and he just stood there like that, waiting for her to take it. And she's like at the podium.
Oh, that's awkward.
Oh God!
Do you know what I will
Oh.
say? We've gone from making one of the worst episodes ever to probably the best one.
Oh, I'm still.
And I'd like to say that's all thanks to me getting Pac-Man wrong and using the analogy.
We just
of,
want to talk about
Black
wordsmanship and
Mirror.
Ernest Hemingway and stuff like that, don't you?
Yeah, but it came from Black Mirror. Quote.
I'm still trying to find that documentary. I can't see what it's called, but it was so
Can't
good.
So it's just called Blind Rage.
No, it's
The whale.
Blind Rage
oh,
Whale.
that's it. It's called The Greatest Night in Pop. Look, there's Stevie Wonder right there
Yeah,
Hey.
it was
with
good.
Lionel Richie.
Oh
And
shit!
um,
That's a serious lineup.
yeah, it was an incredible song. What was the We Are the World. We are the world.
Oh, that's
That
the
one.
song that Michael Jackson sung when I
Yes.
saw him.
Oh,
We are
yeah.
the world, we are the children.
So this is so.
He was surrounded by kids wearing white.
Of course they were. Right.
Which now is like a bit.
The basic
Yeah, but
story.
we're wearing white, James. The people watching the
I'm deflecting.
audio, listening to the audio.
The basic story of that song, We Are the World, is it's Lionel Richie's idea. Michael Jackson got involved, and it was them two, and they could write it independently, but they wrote it together. Michael Jackson was so huge, he did not want to be part of it. But what he did is he came into the studio, he sung it all, the whole thing, so that they could record it and play it back to all the celebrity singers when they came into the room, so that they could go, right, okay, I'm listening, right, I'll copy that part, you do that part. And ended up being that Michael Jackson was heavily involved in the final.
The irony, that was his last ever live performance, was that song.
Was it?
That was what he sang. That was his last legit live performance,
Okay.
the last one ever.
But it was so good. Watch the documentary. It's so fun. It's actually hilarious as well, because all these big names are like struggling to talk to each other, and you've got Bob Dylan there, who's like terrified to sing because he's not a proper singer.
Also, thrown out there.
Pissed and tries to hype him up to get, because like everyone loves Bob Dylan's voice, but it's not like the other people are going. He's like, you know, it's really good. I enjoyed it anyway.
Greatest cover song of all time involved Bob Dylan was All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Even Bob Dylan said it was a better version.
Oh yeah, Jimmy's is amazing. So good.
Jimmy's a master. I would love to see Jimi Hendrix. I would love to see Jimi Hendrix.
The other thing I was going to discuss, since we're 45 minutes in, and it would have been good to talk about this at the beginning, but we can wrap it up in a minute. That how we first met, because no one knows. We're just like three random guys. Like we
Grinder.
They didn't have
so
those back
James and Drew met on Grinder, and
Whoa.
I invented it.
You were your nunchucks. No, we met at Curry's.
Did we? But that's what I was trying to think. Did
Ruby
we actually
Murray's,
meet at Curry's? Was that where we all first met?
Well, no, was James didn't work at Curry's. You and me met at Curry's.
James was at Curry's. James was out the back because he wasn't allowed to be near customers because he's a nutter. So he was out the back. We were salespeople because we could talk to humans, and he couldn't. He was out the back.
Oh my god, that's fucking.
Got an extra 50 quid for selling a Dyson Hoover.
Every now and again, I flipped out the front and scammed someone, but
So
and me and Drew used to disappear to go and get beers from the corner shop, which we weren't up during the day, and that's where we met Chris, Canadian Chris, as well.
Yeah.
So
that's also, we used to drink. What was that vermouth that we had at my when I was crashed with Slips, and we used to drink the
Slips is a human called Matt. That's a nickname.
Slips.
Yeah, and
it was a weird sentence when you said it out loud.
Yeah, it was
with Slips. Yeah. What does that mean?
It was, yeah. You're like, what? Vermouth. It was Bianco, something Bianco.
Martinis.
We were drinking it.
Martinis.
Yeah, it was Martini Bianco, and then we go to Curry's.
Yeah, we're like 18 or 19, and we'd go home and have a martini, and then go back again. Like,
yeah, no, we'd have lunch.
We were.
We'd go off for lunch and have Martini Bianco because it was cheap and dirty, and then we'd come back and try and sell tumble dryers.
Yeah. So, and we got told off for going in the back room and throwing toasters at each other across the warehouse.
Oh, they were the days, mate. They were the days.
I can't believe we actually met there. I'm just trying to think. I know we were there, but I was trying to think if we met before, but we didn't, did we?
But then you'd throw these cool kind of like parties at your yard. So on weekends, everyone would just kind of come to your place. We'd all buy big boxes of beer,
and
then you'd show off the nunchucks. Do you remember he used to always he'd turn into fucking Karate Kid in front of everyone, and then he'd be like, "Who wants to fight me?" And we'd be like, "No, Kevin, you've had too many beers." And then he'd bring out his nunchucks, and then he'd take us on, and we'd have a few beers, and it would be like a bit...
punch a hole in the wall, and you have to repair it the next day. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
It was,
and then
they were good.
James moved in with me. Dave, who I was talking about earlier, who looks like Aaron Taylor Johnson. Dave was the guy that lived with me before James.
Okay. Do you remember that day I scared you with the mannequin coming out of the bathroom?
Yeah, I remember you doing that multiple times.
I thought you were going to die.
Yeah. We had a mannequin in the house, and we put like masks on it and clothes on it.
That's quite creepy.
And yeah.
So in in connection to that, so when I was staying with Matt, who AKA Slips, at that flat, he had this like little girl doll. Don't ask me why. It was
I just said,
really
oh.
creepy. It was really creepy. And in the middle of the night, we used to just hide it randomly in each other's rooms. And it was the scariest thing. Because when you just turn and like the moonlight would hit the side of this little girl doll's face. And as you turn, like you're half asleep and you turn on your pillow and you just see it right there. You'd absolutely shit
I remember
yourself.
one time I got home and Kev was in the shower, so I got the top half of the
Oh, really?
mannequin and like hid behind the bathroom door. And I think, Kev, you could probably explain your reaction when I shoved it in your face when you opened the door.
I think I probably broke something falling backwards.
Yeah, you fell in the bath big time. Like I thought I'd kill you. Like
I swear, like your house was like Jackass before it was actually a TV show. Like the things that we do, we'd have beer and you'd tell us to do something crazy or stupid, and we'd be stupid enough to try and do it at your house.
I remember
I'm surprised.
we actually before Rage Whale, we actually had a swimming pool in my back garden. And I
the
still remember
waterpuffs.
and I still remember Shed, who is a girl called Sarah, not Shed. James called her Shed because her name began with an S and it was the first word that came to his mind, I guess. But I remember her in her swimming pool, which was about 3 inches deep of water, not warm water either. She dove at it. She went on a brick wall, like 3 bricks high, and dove perfectly and popped out and landed against an actual shed. She just popped
Is
out.
that why she was called Shed? Is that why she's called Shed?
No, she was called Shed for like 10 years before because James is weird.
Yeah, we all knew her name given S, but we couldn't remember, so we just thought we Shed.
Yeah.
There's something very poetic about that story, though, that she ended up with her face in a shed.
Shedded the shed.
Same with
Shed.
Seb. Remember Seb?
Yeah.
Small emo bird.
Small emo bird, yeah.
Seb.
Yeah, Shed hung around with a small girl, had like a proper like
Clayton.
emo haircut, and she was tiny.
Okay.
No one can remember her name at the time. Lauren.
Oh my god,
And
dude! I just thought
Clayton
I just
as well,
thought of a
because
really
we knew it
crazy.
began with a C, but couldn't remember the name. So like Clayton.
Yeah. Carl,
I remember a really crazy story. Do you remember when we all went? I'm pretty sure James was there. We all went to Club at Life or Club at Death or whatever it was, and someone spiked my drink. And Kevin, you were the absolute hero that evening, and you were making me sick.
God,
do you remember
yeah,
that?
I do remember that. Why is that in my memory? I would never remember that unless you
mental,
told me.
No, I know, but that was. I just remember, like you said, you went away somewhere. And you came back, and I was absolutely paralytic. You went, look. You went, why can't you handle your drink? You've only had one. I went, somebody's put something. And you were like, what are you talking about? And I was like,
Yeah, and I made you
I'm
throw
not-
up.
No, yeah, man, that was
Duked on
brutal.
my arm. That was lovely.
That's true friendship, though, man. When you're like, and I remember you saying to me, and you're like, I'm gonna have to stick my fingers down your throat. And I was like, nah, I'm not down with this. You're like, just open your goddamn mouth. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm not.
Secretly,
I'm not down
I
with this.
spiked you so I could do that.
Not the only place he put his
That
two
is a
fingers
strange
either.
friendship. That is a strange friendship. Maybe that's what it was. James spiked my drink, and then it was you just so you could make me sick.
Oh, mad.
Strange stories.
Fantastic.
This is one hell of an episode, though, guys. You've really got to
So that's how we
delve in deep into the whale.
So it's going to take me a long time to cut little social clips from this one. Jesus.
There's going to be a few.
Yeah.
I don't envy you for that. I don't envy you.
Well,
for
at least James stayed on the call the entire time this time.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you.
That's brilliant.
Is there anything else anyone want to mention? Did we even talk about any films? No.
No.
A couple of TV
No,
shows
it's
make a
not.
computer game.
No.
So that's the beauty of, that's what me and James thought, is that if we called it Rage Whale, we're not called Film Podcast. So we can deviate and it's all cool. It's like we've kept it ambiguous. So in 5 years'
Nice.
time, if we're still going and we hate films and we want to talk about jazz, we can do that if we want to. Genius. Did you just fart?
Who?
You.
No, I don't think so. Wait 2 seconds. No.
Drew. I thought Drew had frozen. He's just looking perplexed. Anyway, should we?
What did you say though? By the way, because I was really excited, and then you said something, and then it froze, and then I didn't
you
get any
froze.
of it, and then all I heard was, "Did you fart?" And I was like, that can't be what he was building up to.
Yeah.
Unless that's what someone was building up to.
I don't know. James was definitely building up to some guffage. Right. Should we end this one unless anyone's got anything to say about Pac-Man or Black
Going
Mirror?
out with a bang.
No.
Drew's gone. Drew's froze.
No,
Done
you
nothing.
guys froze.
It's going to read about Hemingway.
Oh, there you go. He's back now.
You guys
Sure it
froze.
was you. Pretty sure it
I
was you.
swear to God.
Swear to God.
Me and this side. Me and this side.
The beauty is that this thing records as individually, so it'll all be fine in the edit, which makes this conversation completely pointless,
Irrelevant.
bizarre for the listener, because nothing happened from their perspective. But we all,
Especially the audio version.
Yeah.
Especially the audio version. That's even more obscure.
That's it. That's it. Oh,
I feel like we should do that though. I was thinking that we should explain what each other's doing for the audio people.
yeah. Well, I do occasionally. If you do something,
So, like,
I'll
if
say,
it was like, if James was making inappropriate bird shapes with his hands.
what? Why would a
I don't
bird,
know, I
a bird
just
shape
mean-
be inappropriate?
It depends what the birds are doing to each other, but I don't know what I'm talking about. But that's an
Drew's had too
example.
many dark and stormies.
That's an example, though. Do you know what I mean?
You need to go have a sleepy and a sit down.
Sleepy.
You need to have a sleepy and a snoozy. It's that time.
Dark and stormy, and then a light and sleepy. Yeah, nice.
So yeah, Drew has malfunctioned in this episode and doesn't understand what how to
Male
pluralize words. And
Drew learned English in this episode, or not really? No.
no, you de-evolved.
De-evolved.
Anyway, we'll call that quits then. Good night, chaps. Outro time.
Night.
See you later on Ragewell episode 11. MFs.
This has been Rage Whale. Thanks for listening to Your Movie Podcast.
Ta-da.
Idiots.
Yeah, maybe I had too many dark and stormies, guys. Maybe.
That might be
Good
the longest.
too.
That might be the
Fuck's sake,
longest
what's wrong with you?
episode. That's 57 minutes,
That was the best one.
and I don't have to. cut
The irony
anything.
is, it's the longest one, and we didn't mention any TV or film. I
No,
don't think.
absolutely nothing.
There was an episode,
Imagine that was the most popular episode.
think
Imagine this
episode
is,
last
it's still recording.
an episode last week. We did about 58 minutes, and
It's still recording.
I had to cut about 3 minutes of James's shit. So this is now beat it 'cause I don't have to cut anything from this one.
It's still recording.
I know I'm getting the after the we're getting the Marvel endings
Oh, nice. Okay.
post
After
production.
credit
After the-
scenes.
After the sub text.
Anyway, done. Good night.
Yeah.